some of these looks there, I mean, a couple of them are easy, so like, you know, I like 2 retros and pony.
Braids.
Yeah, and the braids, yeah. We're going to do this low ponytail, which is really, really hot. Placement's really important for that. That's what makes it sort of new and fresh. But for this particular look, what we want to do is create more of a sleek feel. We don't want to put in loads of mousse or anything like that for volume, which we'll need later. So for this one, we'll leave your hair as it is. It's clean, but not too clean, which is good. One thing to think of when you're going to straighten your hair is that you use a really good iron with a nice plate, which is really smooth. If you've got good irons, they have a really fast signal, they keep the heat. So you can generally do it at around 180, and that's better for the hair. And then think of when you're actually doing it, is to keep the hair nice and smooth, and you don't have to go, a lot of people they go over and over and over, but you can generally do it most of the time in 1 to 2 very, very smooth motions, and you get the hair straight. So. One of the tricks, Petra, with getting like a really a nice, cool finish onto your hair, and also a really, really good way to contain the flyaways, is not actually to brush it and then spray onto the hair. It's actually to spray the brush, like so. So that what happens then is the hairspray actually gets down all the way into the hair. So it's not just like sitting on the surface and covering. It's just a matter of just gently brushing through, and as you work back, you just hold it with your hand. You want a working spray so you can keep on brushing it. A really, really good ponytail often needs quite a lot of going overs until you get it really, really right. We're going more down, and we're just following all the way around your hairline so that the hair drops down, comes round in a nice smooth motion right into the base of the neck. Now we've got your ponytail in, it's nice and low, it's in the right spot, super important as we said for this season. Great way to cover that up, and what we're seeing on the catwalks at the moment is, it's an old trick, where you take a section from underneath, try and get a nice long piece like so, comb it out, get a little bit of spray onto it, like so. Just a nice light working spray. We comb that through so it's nice and smooth. Then we lift. And as we lift, we just comb it through, like so. And we basically just nicely wrap that round the base of the ponytail, being careful just to cover up your bungee in there, and to keep it nice and as smooth as possible. With the grip in and down through the ponytail, like so. That's how you achieve that really nice sort of like tailored look when you wrap it around. Now what we'll do is we'll just go through, working with some product on our hands and also the brush again, just to get this really, really super sleek and nice. Another really, really cool look, Petra, which is the braids, which we really like. And since your hair's already been made straight, we're just going to put a very light wave into it. So we're just using the Sarah wand, and just like, you can randomly pick up pieces. You don't have to be too structured with it. We've just taken like a really loose section from the crown down to the back of your ear. And the key here is to just, when you're going to do your plait, take it back and plait where the parting is. Otherwise what you'll get is you'll pull the hair forward and you'll see a big part. Once we've plaited, then we lay it back over that section so you don't see it. Okay. The idea with this look is that it's not perfect, that it is a little bit loose, that you do see pins and that sort of stuff, and that's the charm of it. look like Pippi long stocking. We don't really want that. So what we're going to do is just take it. The trick here is just to pin it back like so, pull it back onto the parting area, grab a bobby pin and just secure it down into the hair. And then basically all you do is you just keep on pinning all the way up and tuck these ends in. One thing with this look as well, it's great, rather than try and hide the pins, if you've got blonde hair, of course, use like a blonde pin, but then like just try and pin it down along the braid. So you go down, pin underneath the braid, so you can probably see there, you can just see the top of the pin sitting right in the middle of the plait, which is really, really cool dimension to the look. You can always wonder, is it the catwalk that is the influence, or is what is influencing the catwalk? And our little chat before, we decided this comes from the return of Dallas. Yeah. So big hair, but with a modern look. So all we've done is we're just going to prepare the hair with a little bit of mousse, because a bit of back combing is a bit of volume. So we use a product that was like really hot in the 80s, and that's good old mousse. So one thing to remember, which is really, really key for a look like this, volume comes from the roots. Spray it right into the roots like so. And just keep working forward in sections, like so. You don't have to be too thorough. Just work forward in sections, just so that you know you're going to get the mousse all the way in down the root, and then rub it through like so. Just drag your fingers through. So now we've got all of the mousse into it, Petra. Key here is that you get your hair like crispy dry, no moisture at all, okay? And now what we want to do is start to build up this height and this width. But what we don't want to do is like back comb the whole head, because then it will be a little bit too retro. So we're going to take section all the way through the front. We're going to skip just the very first section through here, because we want that to look a little softer, and then go down around to that, you know, that lump in the back of your head. It's called the occipital bone, and you just loosely take with your fingers around to that section, pin all of this away, and then you have your section which we're going to start to work with. So the next thing, once you've got that pinned away, is we're going to start to very loosely sort of to peel up. Okay, so what we're going to do now, Petra, is rather than back combing, we just want to sort of like pull everything together. So we're just back brushing, which is just basically taking a Mason Pearson or session brush and just holding the hair out quite firm and just running the brush over the surface. And what that does, don't go all the way up to the ends, because then you're going to end up having to comb it out the whole time. Now we're going to back comb a little bit harder. And the trick with back combing is that you just use like long and smooth strokes, and you take it all the way into the roots. So you've got your mousse in there, which means the comb is going to grip. The comb facing towards you, and as you go in, you push in and down to the bottom. But just try and get like a nice even back combing all the way down to the roots, so that you don't end up with clumps. You push it all the way down. Make sure you go all the way into the roots. Key here comes straight out from the head. If you hold it down and back comb it, you're not going to get the volume you want. Okay? So you just continue all the way through to the front.